Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at the SPY, the IWM, the Qs, the DIA, the IYT, the USO, the UUP, and the GLD. We follow the daily, weekly, monthly timeframes. We use technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. Go to our website, sign up for the free membership for more videos like this. Email alerts for our live streaming sessions that we do intraday. Try to find some trades, stuff like that. It's been really good lately. And just trade ideas and education and just a little bit of fun. So go to the website, sign up today. It's free. StockBookie.com. All right, let's get into the daily chart. So yesterday we had a nice drive up. I think it was 200 points up on the Dow and almost got above the 50 MA. And today, boom, right back down. So still a little bit weak. I think there's still a little bit of distribution going on here. Every time you get a push up, it's coming right back in. Or just, you're going to grind up and then slowly just fall back right in. But nothing wrong. Still in a bullish pattern. Slight inside bar bearish pattern, but back below the MA, so you have to respect that. Let's see what we get next week. We talked about this coming in and then chopping. You go back 5-6 days ago, we talked about this. Let's see if we start chopping or we come in. But right now we're chopping. We're staying below the MAs. That's exactly what we're looking for more of a bearish pattern. If you're bullish, you need to get back above the MAs, back above the pivot, fill the gap, get to the all-time high, which is 240.32, and then go for the 240.243 area, and then the 250 to 252. But as it goes up, we'll see where this thing goes. So you just gotta be patient on this, guys. Light volume again. Weekly chart, a little bit bullish above the MAs, a little bit bearish below. Coming back in and going sideways this way. So it could go either way at this point. If it goes sideways a little bit more, 20 MA curls up, you might have a good chance of popping, or this thing could be setting up possibly for 6 weeks to possibly drop. So let's see next week. 110 million though, guys. It picked up a little bit, so keep an eye on that as well. IWM, 31 cents down, no great shakes. Try to stay green. Well, it was green, came back in, closed right below the 50 MA. Nothing wrong, still in the inside bar, still above the 20 and the 200. Got to respect that, guys, and we'll see what happens. Volume though, guys, nothing. So keep an eye on that. Let's see if we head right back down on this retrace up into this red bar area on the daily. Let's go to the weekly. Weekly chart, same thing, pretty good bullish pattern, but when it popped and then came back in, I think this is a slight bearish pattern in my opinion. We'll see how it plays out. We'll see if it keeps chopping. But right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks sideways. I still kind of like it off this one here, and then the pop, and then the drop. So it's really 5 weeks, okay consolidation. We're back above the 20 though, so you got to respect that and the IWM for at this time. Let's see where it closes next Friday on the weekly, and then we'll go from there. Light volume today though, guys. Weekly charts of the Qs. You know what? Well, yeah, we could talk about that. No big deal. Weekly chart, nothing wrong. Just chopping around above the MAs, a little bit stretched, but nothing wrong right now, guys. It needs to get back above the high zones to start going. If it doesn't do that and keeps chopping around, you have a pretty good chance of this thing coming back in. So beware. That's on the weekly, a little bit bigger time frame. So we'll see where that one comes in on next Friday. So, but again, right back to double top up here. You got this little pivot, but boom, right back there. Almost through it, came right back in and right back down. So this area is a big area up here. So yeah, because you got the people that bought up here, then it came back in, they kind of sold, now they're chasing, and the ones that held out, got back in, they become sellers where they're like, oh my gosh, I don't think this market's going up, let's just take it off the table. But I really think the Qs are waiting for earnings, and that's going to be the telltale for this one to go up or down, basically, guys. So right now it's just going to be chopping around. They're kind of taking care of some option plays, but I do like the inside bar bearish pattern that's been happening for the last 3 weeks or a month or so. So just respect that, and let's see what happens. If you have a short position in this one, just hold it tight. If it keeps continuing up, then you got to think about possibly stopping out. So, but again, above the MAs, nothing wrong. This one's still a strong horse. Still a strong horse. This one a little bit on the weekly, still above the MAs though, so nothing wrong. Let's see what it does next week. See if we get more volatility with the Trump and the administration and the voting and this, and they're really throwing stuff out on CNBC today. So weekly chart of the DIA, still okay, still above the 20 MA, still have a gap fill down in this area, but down sideways, guys. 4 months or 4 weeks sideways. So you got to keep an eye on that one there. And you have a little doji here, a little doji there. Let's see if we get a reversal or if we get, you know, another move up into the 211, 220, 211.22 area, or the 211.59 area is a double top actually. So let's see if we can get back up there if you're bullish. And if it does go there, then you're looking at the 219, 220 area if this thing continues up. This is the weekly though, so still a little bit bearish though that I'm seeing. Let's go to the daily. Daily chart, I still like this pattern for more downside, guys. I like the inside bar. I know that the fact that it's above here, but we got back below the MAs. If it gets above the MAs and above this trend line, then maybe higher prices. You still have big resistance around 209.39, and then of course double top 211.59. So you got to keep an eye on that. But I like this one. But you know, it doesn't rule it out. Facebook comes in good, Amazon, all those, and this thing everything just starts ripping. So just be buoyant in these markets. Don't have huge positions. Money management is critical when you're doing the swing trading and the intraday scalping. So be careful with that. But again, daily pattern, I like this for more downside. Targets are down in here, 193 to maybe 186, somewhere in here. Upside, like I said, pivots, all-time high, and then possibly the 218 area and somewhere up there. Weekly, we looked at real quick. Again, still above the MAs. Nothing wrong. So let's see what happens next week with this one on the weekly chart. Weekly IYT, same thing, guys, down sideways. And look at this, they're just 1, 2, 3. This big trend line is holding now with the 20 MA kind of curling around. So right now, this thing's been just chopping up and down, really telling us nothing. Volume's been a little bit lighter. It was heavied up, and then all of a sudden it disappeared again. Disappears. You know what these guys do. They just keep it going, keep it going. Daily chart, though, nice retrace back into this big red bar. Let's see if we can get above this trend line here. I'm going to draw it in a little bit further. And then the 50 MA right up there. You also have the 750 retrace too, coming off this big breakdown bar where it came in, popped up. A lot of times it'll retrace, come back in, or maybe it retraces like it did here and then go sideways again. Who knows? But nothing wrong. Still above the 20 and the 200. Let's just keep an eye on pattern. We don't want to get above this 50 MA and the slanted trend line. At least if you're bearish. If you're bullish, that's what you want to get above. You want to get above the pivot, go for the all-time high, and then see if you go to 175, 176 area. So, but you know, other than a nice retrace, I got to see more on this. You know, usually you get a retrace and then possibly will come right back in. Just be careful if you're long the IYT, the USO, guys, unbelievable. We were telling her start adding shorts right here. If it goes up a little higher, we're going to add more up in this way. No need to. Boom, right back in. I'd have to go back to the trade, but it's on one of these days that we took this thing. So right back down, we had the SCO. Look at the SCO go, guys. We covered half of the half today again. So we covered half, I think it was around 36. And we covered the next half right around the 38. I don't even know. It's been a long 38.60 or something like that. I would hold on, guys. But yeah, what a great trade. I trade this all the time, and it worked out really good. But let's go back to the USO. USO, I'm still, like I said, when it was up here, I'm still thinking lower prices. I think we're cracking right through here. We're going to go to this low pivot. Maybe we're going to have to see. I mean, there's a lot of support here with the gap fill, double bottom, gap fill coming over here. So let's see how this thing reacts next week. If it slams through there, oh gosh, I'll have to reevaluate this thing. You got pivots here. I'd say $9 probably then. 886 right in that area. Let's go with $9, 926, 959, then 990. That's the big trend line. Look at that, guys. That thing breaks. Oh my gosh. And this is the time it could. Look at the fierce downside. If that thing breaks, we're going probably to the low pivot. Maybe even this one down here. I'm still thinking we go lower than 776. But that's me. I'm the crazy grandpa who's shorting everything out there. So, but that was a great call. We called it right up in here. I wish I had a bigger position, but you know what? We caught it. And life goes on. But the USO, not after those couple falls, I think lower prices to come at this point, guys. So just be really careful with this one if you're trying to trade like the Jnug and stuff like that. But with moves like this has been nuts. No, not J. This isn't gold. I'm way ahead of myself, guys. But But yeah, but this is going to come right back to the trend line here and possibly break through. If it breaks this trend line, guys, I think we'll go back to the lows. I'm talking about gold. It's been a long one, guys. UUP, same thing. Let's see, 2 cents up, nothing crazy. Had a nice retrace. Let's see, now we're setting up in a bearish pattern down here. Let's see if this bearish pattern comes in, or does it go like the bearish pattern here and then all of a sudden pop up out of the blue. Right now, other than gap fill, it's holding that. It's holding a 750 retrace as well, support. So let's give it some more time, see what happens. Again, on the UUP, you're back below the 50 and the 20 MA, so it's a little bit weaker. I'm still thinking down to 25, but I need another week on the charts to see where this thing's going. Or if it starts to fall, then it falls. If it goes up, then it goes up. But we took most of our SCO position. We're only holding the quarter position now, and that was shorting gosh, I am. Well, that was actually shorting the USO. This is the UUP. Oh man, I need to slow down, guys. All right, so this is yeah, slightly bearish here. So let's see if this thing starts to chop around, go sideways. Let's see if the 50 MA starts to curl in, but still need a little more time on the UUP. Let's get into the GLD. I'm mixing these all up. It's been a long day, guys. It's almost 6 o'clock. I got to work about 5:30 in the morning, so I'm on a 12-hour day, 12.5-hour days, and I'm doing charts at the end of the day. So excuse me if it's slacking a little bit at the end here. But everything's been pretty much the same, guys. Just chopping around in these areas, going up and down. Gold's been pretty good, got up into this area, but now we're chopping around, kind of like here, though. Chop around. Give us a little choppy bullish pattern above the MAs. If we keep going like this, look at this pattern, just like that. We're popping up. We'll probably get to that 125, 126 area. If you're long from down in here, start taking something off, especially if you get up into the 125 area. If we get a little bit higher, then just chisel a little bit more off. Let's take this, though, just to see. Wow, look at that. Oh, that's why it's running into some issues too, guys. So let's just go right about there. Because we're coming off this pivot going. I'd like it a little lower, but well, actually, you could. I still rather see another pivot. I mean, I guess you could just do it like this. So it broke up, came back, retraced, now it's staying above it. Let's see if this one holds. Not the best. I'd like another pivot in here somewhere, but let's see if this thing keeps going. Again, I think it's a nice kind of choppy, sloppy, bullish pattern above the MAs. Let's see if this thing can giddy up on Monday's action. So, and the weekly chart on gold, still fine. Nothing wrong. Back above the well, yeah, the trend line on the weekly. That you know what? Let me draw it on the weekly. Let me draw it in a little bit better. Yeah, I do like that better. You get that. I just hate drawing. I want to go off that pivot. So we did close above it, but we didn't get above this green candle. So that's still slightly not bearish, but needs more time. It didn't confirm above this trend line. So let's see if we come back in. Or if we get above, if we close up into here next Friday or so, then we'll pretty much confirm. But we're back in the double top in this big area of resistance up in here. So you can't rule it out. It might pull back. But if you get another pop up in here, definitely take a little bit of the GLD off. Jnug. Again, I just can't. It's back to $5 again. It's just like, ouch. So, we talked about this. We talked about this pivot. It's back below this trend line here. We talked about that. If it starts going towards the 525, I just, again, here it goes, bleeding like an option. Gold doesn't do anything. This thing falls like the VXX. I don't like that at all. This is more if you get, it's more like an option. If you get the move and boom, you get it, you get out. Right now, it's just doing nothing. You got to stay above here. If it doesn't stay above the 531 or the 525. You're going to 431 and 383. Down here, I might even get interested, but still don't like this one as a trading vehicle. But eventually, gold will get a massive pop. So maybe this is just a shakedown, and then to get and then to pop this thing up and get all the chasers in. So be careful with Jnug. Just don't go all in. Don't go with huge positions. Take positions where you can handle some pain. Right now, this is going back down, giving everybody a little bit of pain. So be careful with that one. All right, guys, I'm done for today. It's Friday, the 4/21. Time to go. Have a little fun tonight. Going to see some drag racing, actually. So I am a quarter-mile guy, and I like that stuff. Again, thanks for coming. Thanks for watching my videos. God bless. See you on the charts.